good transition over to Fallout 76. Where it seems like the main thing people are worried about is, are there going to be a bunch of assholes running around in the wasteland?
Yes.
24 of them, right?
Yeah. There are so a couple dozen people on a server at a time.
Yeah.
And the big thing that they announced two things at QuakeCon. One was the perk system, the special system, that their attribute system for the Fallout universe is now card-based, where you are buying or you're leveling up to get a pack of cards. There's no microtransactions whatsoever. Okay. The only way you get cards is through leveling up.
Cards just feel gross, but okay, sure.
But there's hundreds of different cards. Each one has like a different kind of skill or boost on it. Like one might be reduce radiation. Another one might be give you like a plus 20%, marksmanship or something like that. But you're putting these in different categories in special. And special is an acronym for like strength. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Charisma, you got it.
Yeah.
But you're putting these cards in, and what's really kind of genius about it is they've always wanted to add more skills and stuff to DLC for like Skyrim and the other Fallout games, but they always found at that time, like the game was finished and the rules were so tight for what they made.
Yeah.
But with the card system, they can just keep adding packs and new cards into the mix, that are event themed or just special one-offs if they want to, just to keep expanding their set based on the DLC they're making too.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. That's one of the big things they announced is how that works. It's a little clunky. It's a little hard to get your brain around, but once you get it, it's like, okay, that's going to be fun because you can respec any one of those categories at any time.
Yeah.
Flipping in new cards. And then the big thing, the awesome thing they announced is how PvP works.
Crazy.
And this is the thing people are scared of. They want a true Fallout experience.
Yeah, in that panel, they were so defensive. It was a lot of like just soft pedaling around it. Like, look, we're thinking about PvP a lot. We know people are worried about being griefed.
And so let's say you are Ben Hansen.
Yes.
You're out in the cranberry bogs, picking raspberries.
Shooting Mothmen.
No, you're not strong enough for that, or too cowardly for that.
Correct.
Bertz would be out taking down the Mothman.
Okay.
But you're out there picking berries, and then JV comes up and wants to fight you.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, no, bugger off. I don't want you near me.
Right.
He starts shooting at you. He's actually going to be damaging you, but it's going to be very minimal. So he's just going to be picking away at you. At that point, you could turn around and be like, stop it, and fire a shot back at him.
Yeah.
If that shot connects, you are now in a PvP scenario where you're both doing full damage. Whoever wins gets XP reward, caps reward, all these different rewards for taking down a player based on their level. Let's say you don't want to engage at all.
I turn my back to JV, which is normally what I do.
And he just keeps shooting at you.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, I'm just going to keep picking these berries. Leave me alone. And he kills you. At that point, he becomes a wanted murderer in the world.
That's so smart.
His icon appears on the map as a red star. Everybody can see it. Usually you can't see anybody in the world. Sometimes they show up as little pips when they're doing stuff. But shows up as a red star on the world. He can't see anyone else on the map. But everybody can converge on him because there is a reward for taking him down. And that reward comes from his cap supply.
That's so smart.
So he gets no experience, nothing. The only thing he gets is that fame for that fleeting moment of being this wanted person but think about this though. In that moment, if you go to take him down, if you shoot him and he shoots you, you go into PvP. So there's a chance he could stay alive for a while and be murdering people left and right. Even though the first one was the crime, he could rack up a pretty significant death count as you're going to try to stop this guy.
I love that. And Todd Howard even had a good line where he's like, we decided to turn the assholes into interesting content.
Yeah.
So, man, all right. That's a good approach.
It's a great way to deal with griefers. I think it's really going to limit the number of people that do it. But when they go for it, I think they're really going to go for it. I don't think you're just going to have those things like, I'm going to log off in 5 minutes, like I'm just going to take someone down. I think this is going to be like, oh God.
People like the class will just be serial killer. And it's like, I'll be a wanted man, but I don't care. It's going to be worth it because it'll be so much fun. And like overall, they talked a lot about play testing and like worrying about, people are just going to camp outside the vault, obviously, because everyone has to exit this one place. And they have workarounds for that. It seems like they're very aware that most Fallout fans are worried about this.
And one thing I could say, this is a tease for our next issue.
There's a feature in there.
Yeah, I sat down and I talked to Todd Howard Jeff Gardner and Chris Mayer over at Bethesda Game Studios for a good 30, 40 minutes.
Cool.
About the stuff you don't know about Fallout 76. And we got answers. Like, we know what makes that thing tick now. So if you have any questions about how it works as a solo game, questing, any of that stuff, other things you can do in the open world, we have that stuff in the next issue.
All right, cool. And when's that issue launching?
That is September... First week of September? Yeah.
Okay, somewhere in there. That sounds great.
So early September.
Cool. Good time with Todd. Any good Todd anecdotes that aren't in the story?
There's one I'll be launching on the site soon.
Oh, really? Interesting. What a tease. That was just a clip from a larger show called The Game Informer Show. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, or GameInformer.com. We take the fun opportunities and exclusive information from Game Informer magazine and boil it into a show that airs every Thursday with exclusive cover story information, developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So come love games with us.